Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Josephine Sabatino.
You're listening to The Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
How's it going?
Hey guys, going great.
Good.
Awesome. Well, you want to tell us a little bit about what you actually do?
Sure. So I actually work for Remax Edge, a real estate firm here in Brooklyn, New York. We do pretty much every borough except the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island. And I've been in the business for almost 9 years now. So it's been a very interesting change. I've seen bidding wars. I've seen houses not selling. I've seen lots of changes happen. I currently actually manage the office.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have about 110 agents
Nice.
in the office. So I've been involved in every aspect of the business. I've been involved in working on the buyer side, the listing side, helping agents grow their business. So I've kind of been around the block.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's back it up a little bit. When you were little, did you expect to do this when you grew up?
Not at all. Actually, I got into, I wanted to do communications. I wanted to do radio, actually. I went to school for that. But everybody said, you're not going to make money in that, so I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I got into retail and stuff like that, which is just the worst. And a friend of mine, Michael Napolitano, who I've been working for him for the past 9 years. He was doing real estate as an individual agent, and he said, hey, listen, I need somebody to work with me. I really want to blow this up. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And here we are 9 years later, and we went from just working together, a small team. We grew a bigger team, and then now we have our own brokerage. So
That's awesome. Good for you guys. So,
thank you.
what did you how did you meet him? How did it all start out, I guess?
So I actually know him since I'm 14. We worked together in a small amusement park over here. And then we went our separate ways. He got into real estate at 18. He was doing rentals, so he got into the business already. And then, like I said, I went into retail management. I was doing college for radio and all this. And then, I really wasn't sure where I was going. And then he said, hey, I do real estate.
Yeah.
You
And
want
then
to
went
do it
from
with
there.
me? And I was like, I don't know anything about it, but let's go.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
and I learned from the ground up. So
That's awesome. So tell us about how your kind of learning process went when you guys started out. Did you guys have like a little plan going, or did you guys all of a sudden just wing it and went from there?
in the beginning, you got to wing it a little bit for as you learn. For
Yeah.
me, for him, he already knew a lot because he was in the business for a few years. But for me, you kind of got to fake it till you make it, in a way.
Yeah.
As long as you're confident. And I think for real estate, it's more because it's a relationship-based business. If you're good with talking to people and, just being conversational, you'll be okay, because the major part of it is just building relationships. So, the process is you could learn that, but I don't want to say you can't learn to be a people person, but you also have to be a little natural at that. So,
Yeah.
I think I was okay in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So go ahead, Taylor.
Take us to your first transaction. How did it go for you?
Well, I could tell you, so my first transaction, we were, Michael was there with me, so he kind of walked me through it. You think and then you really don't know, because so many things can come up.
Mm-hmm.
When you think it's funny, people get an accepted offer and it goes into contract, and I had one agent go, oh, I'm done now, right? And I was like, no. There's like a lot more steps to go. You have to make sure that you're basically a mediator between everyone. Because the truth is, you don't get paid until it closes.
Yep.
So you have to make sure that everybody's on their toes, and Nobody really cares about your commission. You have to care about it. So, is this attorney calling that attorney? Is the title company doing what they need to do? Is the mortgage company doing what they need to do? What is going on? Is everybody, because everybody takes a nap, or they're busy and they don't really think about your file. But if you have someone like me calling you up, every other day, like, hey, what's going on?
Yep.
They're gonna push to get my file closed faster just because they don't want to hear from me anymore.
Yep. Hey, whatever works, right?
But it's cool because I have a good relationship with a lot of people in the business, and they know that we're on our toes as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. But I got to see my first listing presentation. I was super terrified.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm good with talking to people. So I'm like, okay, I got that down, but I never did it before by myself. So I was really, really nervous. So Michael actually happened to be away on vacation, and somebody called us. They wanted to sell their house. Now, he always helped with that stuff. So this was the first time I had to do it alone. And I was like shaking. I was like, oh my God. I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to mess this up. I want to make sure I say the right thing. I did everything, and it actually went really, really well. He was choosing between us and another firm. At the time, the market was blowing up. The prices were going through the roof. And what happened was I priced it a little bit lower than the other person did.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting it because of that. But he did like us, and he took literally 3 weeks to pick somebody.
Huh.
So he was choosing. So it was fighting. I had a good fighting chance, but it was a great experience. So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. What kind of advice, what is probably the best advice you've ever gotten kind of in your career?
just to move on, they call it a 5-minute funeral, because the way the real estate business is, you're going to lose deals, and it's going to be something that you worked really hard on,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to want to cry and scream and punch walls and go crazy, and because you worked so hard on this, and like I said, you don't make money until the transaction closes. But what happens is sometimes things just don't work out. The
Yeah.
buyer changes their mind. People have gone behind your back. There's so many things that happen. The inspection comes back. There's so many things. So you just have to have your 5-minute funeral and move on.
Yeah.
You scream and cry, and then you're like, okay,
Next one.
I'm done.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's some great advice.
Yeah.
So let's change it up a little bit. What's the worst advice you've ever gotten that you're like, that was bad?
I think that it's not necessarily advice, but I've heard a lot of people, they don't want to work with someone unless they go, well, I'm not working with you unless you have a pre-approval. I'm not wasting my time. People don't realize that this is an emotional business. Half the battle is getting someone to like you and know you and trust you.
Yeah.
And then if they do that, then they'll listen to you. They'll take your advice. Hey, you need to go get a pre-approval. You need to speak to this person. You need to speak to that person. But if you just start attacking them right off the bat, and you're like, hey, I'm not working with you, you sound like mean, and no one wants to talk to you.
Right.
I know I wouldn't want to talk to somebody like that. And I see so many agents do that. And it's just not something that I teach my agents to practice, because in the opposite, you have to educate the person. Most
Mm-hmm.
people, this is the biggest transaction of their life,
Yeah.
and they have no clue how it even works. So, and if real estate was easy, they wouldn't need real estate agents.
Yeah.
So, that's what I try to tell people. And I'm like, listen, you have to walk these people through it, educate them. They're not going to know. They're
Yeah.
not going to have a clue. They're going to think crazy things. They're going to read something. Their friend that knows a friend that knows a friend that read an article is going to say that they told them something. So,
Yeah.
you have to educate them on the process. So, I think it's scary when people do that, and they just kind of attack the person, like, I'm not working with you. So
Yep.
that's what I think is the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Awesome. So let's talk about kind of what you guys are doing today, because you said you had about 100 agents, didn't you?
Yes, yes. So we, of course, every company recruits,
Yeah.
but we do a lot of like webinars and events for just the industry in general.
Yeah.
And we talk about what's going on because, we want people to see our value
Yeah.
as opposed to just like, hey, we're the best. Hey, we're the best. Come to us.
Yeah.
We want them to see that we truly walk the walk instead of just talking the talk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do a lot of those events. We invite agents that are outside the company in to join us.
That's awesome.
And with our agents in the office, we have a calendar every month. Um, we do classes, we do different types of things, how to use the system. Then we do how to do a listing presentation, how to deal with buyers, how to work with for sale by owners, how to work with expired, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
When people pay thousands of dollars to coaches
Yes.
to help them with this kind of stuff, but we do that. We do that in our office. So, I think that's what kind of sets us apart.
Yep.
And then also we're very progressive. A lot of people are very old school, but we're open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, you have your Zillow haters and then your Zillow lovers.
Yep.
Listen, Zillow is a big brand and, they're doing things, they're making money. We partner with them and we work on their leads and, it's been a great experience. You have to just see what resources are out there and use them to your benefit. You have to be able to be versatile and change with the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where do you guys kind of see yourself going in the next 5 years? Do you guys have any major plans to keep expanding? Are you guys gonna
We do.
Yeah, nice.
We do. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. I think the ultimate goal is about 10 offices.
Okay.
When we'll get there, I'm not sure because we're at 3 right now. So we have 2 in Brooklyn, 1 in Staten Island. And that's so we opened the actual brokerage in the end of 2017.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, so within like 3.5 years,
You guys have
we
exploded
have 3
then.
offices already. Yeah. So you know, probably another one in Staten Island, maybe another one in Brooklyn, Queens. I don't know. We may expand to another state. We're not sure yet, but
Oh, that's exciting.
there are some things in the works. Yeah, we're not in this to be mediocre. I could tell you that.
Yeah, I can tell. Same here. So that's awesome. Good for you guys. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So let's say you started all over today and you had all the knowledge you had. How would you spend $1,000?
Ooh, good question. I would say, I could say,
I know, tricky one, right?
$1,000.
I know.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
So let's say you had one of your agents, you gave them all your knowledge, but they had $1,000 and they're brand new.
See, brand new, I really think that a system, so like a CRM.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now we're using KV Core and Boomtown.
Yep.
And what my advice is to new people is to just tell every single person they know everyone that they've ever met in their whole life that they're in real estate, because everybody knows 4 people that are buying or selling a house.
Yep.
So even if that person is not buying or selling, they know someone.
Yep.
So I always tell people, and this is free, tell everyone you know that you're in real estate.
Yep.
So if you can invest in a CRM, customer relationship management system, you can put all of your contacts in there and set up some sort of campaign.
Yeah.
I'm going to email everybody set up the holidays, the birthdays, because the idea is you just want to keep your face in front of people so that when they think about real estate, they think about you.
Yep.
So, and I always I tell people, don't be the secret agent, like you're not 007. So, we want to make sure that everybody knows that you're in real estate. So I think investing in a system would help them, because then that also helps them nurture their leads.
Mhm.
Because the truth is, in real estate, everything is a nurture. Nothing, once in a blue, you'll get something that beautiful. You meet them, boom, you have a deal.
Yep.
But if it was easy like that, believe me, everybody would be rich.
Yep.
But it's not, it's a long game. You have to be able to be good at following up and staying in touch with people. So I think investing in a CRM or some sort of like follow-up system is the best thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What about if you were to start over? Is there anything that you would do differently?
I definitely wouldn't be, I'm not really a nervous person to begin with, but I would kind of realize that, it is what it is. And these are just people that
Yeah.
you're working with, and there's nothing to be nervous about. Everyone is just, everyone's got their story. I would probably, like I said, my advice now is to just make that emotional connection. Sorry, we have the sounds of New York. We have the cops and ambulance going by.
No worries.
So, I think I would just try to focus more on the connections in the beginning than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice. Well, how can people get a hold of you?
They could email me, Josephine, JOSEPHINE @remaxedgeny.com, or my cell is 718-628-2810. You could probably Google me. I'm sure you'll find me, and, Remax Edge. And, we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're
Awesome.
all over. We're not a secret.
Yeah, I like it. Well, that's how you guys have been so good.
Yeah.
How you guys have grown so fast. So awesome. Thanks for coming on and telling us your story.
Thank you. I appreciate being here very much.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like,
It might be there.
might be right there too,
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah, and it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review if they're listening on Apple. That'd be cool.
5
5-star
stars,
review.
guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take
But-
4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.